oh, so you're gonna go for your RN. I'm like, did y'all see my last video? Like, I took my NCLEX. That ish was hard. Like, so yeah, this is gonna be like a little rant, and it's not like I'm annoyed or anything like that. I just feel like it's something that I need to address. I've gotten this so many times, like, why didn't you just become an RN first? And just the other day I got a comment talking about, why didn't you just go for your RN first? I can go on and on about why I didn't go for my RN first. That's a whole story in itself, and I kind of touched upon that in my single mom going through nursing school video. But yeah, I feel like LPNs don't get that recognition that we deserve. Like, we put in work, guys. You know, that's not to like downplay anybody's position. Like, we all worked hard for this, and if you think about it, like, we have to take that NCLEX twice, guys. So like, cut us some slack, you know what I'm saying? Like, we deserve a little bit. And it's so funny because when I graduated, my family's like, oh my gosh, congratulations, like, you're a nurse, you're an RN, right? And I'm like, no, I'm a PN. Like, even my aunt was like, huh, okay. I'm like, tía, ¿cómo se dice enfermera en inglés? Like, nurse. It's like, I don't understand what the big deal is. Like, I know there's a difference between an RN and a PN, and for the people in the back ready to jump on in, be like, oh my god, there's a huge difference between it. Like, I know my scope of practice, not much of a huge difference. Yeah, with the R and the P, it still ends with an N, which stands for nurse at the end of the day. Unfortunately, there's some people out there that are just a little bit dense. I worked my ass off for this title, and I do not regret it at all. So yeah, I'm gonna take my time and get acclimated. I'm not gonna rush from my RN. Yes, do I want it eventually? Yeah, but that's up to me to make that switch. And if you guys follow my channel, you follow my journey, you will see whether or not I continue from my RN. I could be very content as an LPN, but you know what? I literally just started, guys. Let me get my feet wet. Can I catch my breath? Get some money on the table. And that's another thing. Like, a lot of people are in my position, you know, they're parents or they're single parents like me, and they're a little bit older, and they're just like, you know what, I don't have it in me to commit right now to that 4-year period. I'm gonna just see what I can do with this year, put some money on the table, and then I'll commit and continue my education. Definitely don't feel like you need to go that route first. If this is what you want to do, you want to get your feet wet, why not? And that's something that I want to shed light on, because I feel like a lot of people are feeling pressured. Like, even with my classmates, like, we literally just graduated. I want to say like third quarters, when everybody was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna go for my RN right away. I'm like, yo, y'all just put in all this work. This is not just a job. Like, this is a whole career move. Take your time. Don't feel like, you know, you're rushing against the clock. LPN school is not easy by any means, guys. Like, do not underestimate the LPN route. It is rigorous. I know I didn't do this for no reason. I'm gonna take my time. And you know what, a lot of people think like, oh, you know, LPNs are being phased out. That is certainly not the case, especially where I live. Like, there is so many opportunities out there for you guys, and you just really need to look. There's nothing wrong with wanting to further your education, advancing your career, because you know what, there are more opportunities obviously as an RN, but we also have our options to go into specialties, and a lot of these places are looking for LPNs to invest in and further their career. So they will ask you, like, do you plan on continuing education? Do you want to go for your RN? And I also feel like that's the plus side of going into an LPN program. It's like, you know what, this LPN is dedicated, they're putting the time, the work in, let's invest in them. You know, that's money that you don't have to put out for tuition. See about, you know, your tuition costs, because a lot of these programs are expensive. I know the program that I went to was 27,000, I think, or something like that, and I said it in my first video. But if you don't get aid and you're paying out of pocket, you know, it's a lot. So some people will say, oh, why would I spend all that money, you know, to go for the LPN if I'm going to end up as an RN at the end of the day? Well, at the same time, you got to think about it. You'll be able to bridge over, but that's just something that you have to look at. That's your personal preference. I don't know what everybody's finances is, but for me, it worked out for the better. So I'm not spending anywhere near that tuition rate. But I'm not gonna go deep into that. And there's this little thing with LPN supposedly not being able to get into hospitals, which is completely false. Depending where you live, you would be able to get into a hospital. And honestly, hospitals aren't the only places where nurses can work. So definitely do your research, because they're not always what they're cracked up to be. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, guys, that's my little rant, as I know it could be a little frustrating and annoying for my LPNs out there having to explain themselves, especially if they feel content. And you know what? As an LPN, you can make a lot of money, believe it or not. Like, don't feel like you're not gonna make any money being in this position. If you want to level up, that's on you. But if you are content where you are and you're making a decent amount of salary, why not? So yeah, for my inquiring minds that wanted to know, this video is for y'all, and I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed already. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.